What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the, well, I guess, point 0.5 episode, right? Not even the inaugural episode, because the inaugural episode is going to happen here sooner. But welcome to the Beyond BS podcast, episode 0.5, where really this is honest conversations with no BS. I am one of your co-hosts, Sinin, and my other co-captain of the ship, the guy that makes this all possible as well, Mr. Billy the Squid.
How's it going, everybody? I am so excited to be doing a podcast with you. This
same.
has been a long time coming.
Yeah,
and I think it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, it has. You know, it's we've done shows before. We've done shows together. We both listen to a lot of podcasts and all that kind of stuff, and we've both created content, and it just I got a message from Bill, and we just started talking, and was just like, man, we really would love to kind of start doing a show again, and but yeah, I mean, everything just kind of started coming together, and Beyond BS happened.
It's been magic.
So
it's been real fluid. It's been real fun. And it's been real exciting to get back into this kind of a content space. I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus from my personal channel, but still doing video game based content on that channel. But I've really been looking forward to getting back into like the conversation space when it comes to video games, tech, like all of the big industry stuff that's been happening recently. There's been so much, and I've just been itching to have an outlet to kind of get those opinions out there, and I'm happy. Couldn't be happier to be doing it with you, bud.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, again, Beyond BS means a lot of things, right? So obviously the B and the S, Bill and Sin, right? But also to just like Bill was talking about, right? There's a lot of things that have been going on, not just now, but has happened in the past. Shows that we've been on and talked about. Just sitting down, listening to the news. If you're a gamer now, it's or if you're a content creator now, or in the tech space or whatever, like it's just like we've said it to each other a lot, that it's one of the best times, and also subsequently one of the worst times in this space. So we just wanted to kind of create something where it was not tracking the news, right? Like I think that's one of the biggest things that we both sat down and talked about, right? Was just not wanting to sit down and just regurgitate the kind of news, but really cover topics that either outlets shy away from, people are too afraid to talk about, things that are personal to us. I don't know, Bill, if you want to run down some of the things that like we kind of collectively came together, that we're going to talk about in the future shows.
Yeah, so like you were saying, there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't feel like a lot of content creators are either willing to put like their opinions out there on, or it's just not something that comes up as like a big hit topic. Because I know a lot of podcasts and stuff in this space are more headline seeking. They're more trying to chase whatever the big trend is that everybody's talking about. But there's a lot of conversation pieces that we've personally wanted to get into that are, I feel like, extremely valuable but untouched. One, for instance, is the last 6 months I have entered the realm of fatherhood.
Hey!
And I know you have a couple of beautiful kids yourself, and I don't feel like it's talked about a lot how like becoming a parent when you have like a gaming hobby or a content creation hobby, how that kind of like swing things, and like just how that aspect kind of changes your relationship with one of your hobbies or your passions, or how you can like integrate that into your family's life, and in like your situation where you've got some older kids, and how you've kind of raised them alongside your passions, and you found a bonding moment with them. And I'm looking forward to doing that myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, from that to, if you don't know Bill, and we are going to take a second and a little bit to kind of go over our own individual content and who we are. But if you don't know Bill is an avid Souls player, right? And I don't want to I don't want to say Souls like, because that's actually one of the topics that we also are going to talk about, right? Everything has become a Souls like.
Everything, it hurts my heart, honestly. Like, my favorite genre of game has become like a buzzword topic.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean and so things like that, right? The console wars of the future, right? What does niche mean? Movies into games. Also too, things that burnout, right? Like
100%.
that are not only in the creator space, but also too from like an indie dev space, right? Or a large development space, or just burnout in a gamer, right? Wanting to be a gamer. You don't have to create content to hit a burnout wall, right? You can hit that by just playing
Exactly.
video games. So and one of the ones that I love that he put on here, which he's gonna have to explain it. I'm just maybe too boomer of that. Like, don't ick my yum, bro. I don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever. But like,
Don't
yeah.
ick my yum, bro. Like, so one of my favorite games, in one of my favorite franchises is Final Fantasy 15. Okay, and thinking about don't ick my yum, Final Fantasy 15 is like a dark horse game in the Final Fantasy franchise. It was one of the first live action, moving away from the turn based games. It was an open world Final Fantasy, which was unheard of. And it went through kind of a development hell. It didn't get the best PR, and it didn't get the best ratings out of like the Final Fantasies. But it's there's something about that game that is so near and dear to my heart. I have a dog named after the main character. Like, it is beyond a good game in my heart. But anytime I bring it up, there's always got to be that one asshole. It's like, yeah, shit tier.
Right.
Why do you like that?
Yeah.
Like a good game, like Final Fantasy 7 or 10, bro.
Yeah.
Don't ick my yum. That's
All right.
where that kind of thing
Then
comes
yeah.
from in my head.
Which I think that is the kind of one of the big epitomes too of what really spurred us into this. Like again, if you are familiar with some of our content, whether it was on previous shows and stuff like that, or just in general, right? Like even myself as a gamer, right? Bill has witnessed this firsthand, where I went through this evolution of like not, I don't want to say necessarily a pessimistic kind of point of view, but very much of just like pissed off and angry at the fucking gaming world, to like hating on shit, to not, and then kind of evolved into this place of just being like, hey, like, you know what? Like, it's okay for things that I might not like to survive, but they should be out there. And things that I like doesn't need to like destroy, right, what you love,
Exactly.
And so really wanting to build a place that is, yes, it is honest conversations, but it's also that, right? It's conversations. It's not this like cesspool of just trying to look for clicks, look for rage bait. We're two gamers that are, we love what we do. We love the games that we're in, and we want to create a place and foster a place where people can feel comfortable to come and talk about it, right? They can come and bring up
Exactly.
opinions that, either, whether two people can either agree or disagree, but it does not have to be this form of like, hey, you're in your camp and I don't like you because you're over there and I'm in my camp and vice versa, right? There's enough of that shit in the real world. We don't need that here. And so we just wanted to create a place that you could come for an hour and a half, every Wednesday, and sit down and have, a place to do that. So not only do we want to do that, but we also want to engage you guys in this. And so we have down below, we have a link tree where you can go, you can click right on our social panel, go to a link tree. We're encouraging you right out of the gate to please email us, get in contact with us, whether it's through Blue Sky. I mean, we are everywhere. Blue Sky, Discord, not Discord yet. Blue Sky, Twitter, Reddit. Thanks to Bill, he's got us a subreddit up there.
So all the options, you don't have to go to all of them, but there's one out there for everybody. You can connect to us on any of those platforms, and we will kind of consolidate everything together. Any suggestions, any topics that you guys want to hear, any opinions that you have, we might throw some polls up on the Reddit to kind of gauge opinions and whatnot. We want to make it as community driven as possible, and really like just have a community and have a conversation built around what we love. We love gaming, and like you said at the beginning, there's a lot of doom and gloom in the gaming space, especially like within the last week or so. But I still believe that this is the best time to be alive as somebody that enjoys video games. I don't think there's a better time in history for video games than there is right now. Despite everything going on, there's so many amazing projects going on. There's so many, like, the realm of indie has never been bigger. Triple A, the budgets are through the roof, and despite a lot of the Triple A developers playing it really safe, every now and again they hit it out of the park. So
Yeah. I mean,
I don't feel like it's a I don't feel like it's the worst era of gaming like a lot of people out there would like to try to claim it is, or like to like dismiss people that are enjoying the
right.
current realm of gaming.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a great time to be alive
And I mean,
as a gamer.
just keep this in mind. So as you're saying, I was really curious. Is like, hey, how many just on Steam alone? Because I think Steam is a good platform to at least look at from a microcosmic kind of point of view to go, hey, how many games are launched? Like, what is a good launch? Like, obviously, console is separate. Like, we get that, but from Steam, right? And especially now with like Steam machines coming out. You've got the why am I blanking on the Steam handheld? Oh my god, I have an
Steam
Asus.
Deck?
Steam Deck,
I have
thank
a
you.
Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Did you know I have a Steam Deck?
I did not know you had a Steam Deck. But yeah, Steam Deck, Switch. But anyway, 1,500 to 2,200 new games every month. Every month. That's like,
Really?
so yes, every month. Like, that's
That is
crazy
wild.
to think about.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And the best thing about that is, out of all of those games, there's going to be one person that becomes their new favorite game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Absolutely. So, to kind of sum all of this up, right? Myself and Bill both come from a long line of creating content, right? You need to go check out Bill's channel again, Billy the Squid on YouTube, and are you on Twitch or it's just YouTube right now?
Nah,
Right?
I'm
YouTube?
just on YouTube. Yep. I'm full send on YouTube.
Yep. And then my own channel, right? Sinin S1N3N on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. But we come from a long history of not only creating content but also gaming, and so we, like we said, this show, that's where this all came from. It's really for you guys. We're excited to be out there and do this. We're excited to talk. We're excited to have this show. It's not just going to always be talking heads too. Some episodes that are going to, like I said, that are going to be more topic based on one topic will be talking heads, but we will also have showcase content where we show some new games that we're playing sometimes.
Hell yeah.
But it's really just, it's fluid, right? It's very fluid for you guys, and for us to just have a good time and chat for an hour and a half out of your week. You guys can come and feel in a place of comfort, warmth, growth, conversation. No bullshit.
Yep.
So,
no bullshit.
No bullshit.
And I feel like between the two of us, we have a good like breadth of gaming taste and gaming like opinions. Because I know you specifically, you came up from like an MMO side of things, and that was never my bag. I was more of a single player action RPG or just standard JRPG type background. We both dabble in FPSs, so
yeah,
I feel like we really do have like a little bit of everything as far as what gaming is all about between the two of us.
Yeah, no, and I'll actually I give it to Bill too, big credit, because like he said, if you have watched my streams for a while or know me, like, multiplayer has always been and will still always be my thing. Like, it's just, there's something, the competitiveness of it and the enjoyment of it. But Bill actually was one of the ones that really spurred me into single player content and just trying it. And not like that I'd never played single player games before, but I just never had that drive. And I could tell you that, after kind of, and I'll tell you the point too, right? And Bill knows this. It's whenever I watched him play fucking Resident Evil 7, the Village, right? It was Village.
Yeah,
right?
Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village. Watching him play Village, it really turned a corner for me where I was just like, you know what? I really need to start trying more single player games. So Pragmata, I just started playing Resident Evil. I finished Resident Evil 9, Red Dead Redemption 2. I picked up Final Fantasy. I'm playing the Final Fantasy 7, those through now. So a lot of single player content is getting consumed on my end. So
if you don't mind me asking, what was exactly your, like, what about single player gaming kind of was like a turnoff for you? Why did you not feel it was worth like diving into and like the time investment back before?
So I think a lot of that comes from little sin, right? Like little junior sin. Because I grew up on a farm. I didn't have a lot of kids around me, so the only real connection that I had to anything was kind of gaming. And so, just like everybody else, like I grew up playing, Nintendo and Dreamcast and and Sega consoles and whatever, right? Like the PlayStations and
Hmm. Yeah.
whatever. And so there was a moment where I got a Dreamcast, and this was before my family had gotten their computer, but they got a Dreamcast, and I was able to hook up and start playing Phantasy Star Online, right? And it came with the modem, right?
The Dreamcast had online.
Yeah,
What?
it had a online support. I had a modem. So that was my first interaction
Okay.
into it. And then I dabbled with it there. And then from there, it just kind of led on to more like my family brought home a computer, fell into Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxies, and then WoW, and then Xbox so it just, and so once I realized, oh, I can meet people and have friends outside of just, my little area,
Right.
I never looked back. And so for so long, like that consumed my world. And I mean, look, I'm still that person. Like, I mean, it's not nudity, but on my chest, I went and got I got a horde tattoo on my chest. So, it's still a very
That's
big
badass though. That is such a cool tattoo.
part of my
They
life.
did so good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm actually going, I'll have to reveal the other one. I'm getting another one done in August. That's going to take up my entire right arm. That's all dedicated to gaming. But yeah, so that's why that and from there it just kind of really stuck. And so from then it just became a thing where single player games fell to the wayside, right? And I
No,
was like,
that's fair. Did
and
you have an IRL friend that kind of pushed you into the multiplayer space, or was it just something that you tried out and then got like
yeah,
hooked
I
on?
just tried it and got hooked. And then ever since then, it was just like, hey, I could be spending my time, in this one world with myself, or I could be spending my time in this world with a bunch of people, right? And so,
Oh, that's cool.
and that's kind of where and I look back now and realize like, wow, I missed out on a lot of great games, single player games and things like that. So,
That's the good
recapturing
thing
that.
about gaming. You can always go back and try them out. You actually have the exact opposite story of me. Like growing up, I exclusively was single player. I didn't play anything multiplayer. I didn't even have any interest in like multiplayer outside of like the occasional go to a friend's house and do like a little LAN party on like Halo or something. Because I was always the PlayStation guy. I'd go over to the friend's house that had the Xbox. We'd play like Halo or like Army of Two co-op or like stuff like that. I didn't actually start playing multiplayer games until 2013.
Oh, wow.
Oddly enough, like
Wow.
yeah, yeah, it
Wow.
was PUBG and Rainbow Six Siege, and it was
Oh,
it was
man.
it was an it was a it was an IRL friend that kind of pushed me into Rainbow Six Siege initially. That was my very first multiplayer game,
Mm.
which is why I'm still like very partial to it, even though it's not in a good spot. But played it on the PlayStation and then ended up getting a PC shortly after for PUBG specifically. And yeah, that's why I'm shit at FPSs. I've not grown. I've not been raised in that environment, so I still don't have the gamer sense for FPSs. But I try. I try real
Hey,
hard. But I enjoy the social aspect of it now.
yeah. And that's the thing, and so yeah, it's cool. But again, this is, this gives you that small little sneak peek, guys, of the conversation pieces and of the things that we're going to be talking about more in depth in our shows, right? And kind of, go through, because just like each one of us, right? There's whole different, I mean, we all find our own reasons, right? Like,
For sure.
the gaming for a lot of people was a respite, right? For me, it was that. Like, it was trauma that I had at home. This was a way to get out of that and go to those places and find, solace. There's people that use it for therapy. There's just so, you know, and that can be gaming, content, movies, and all of that is on the board for us to talk about, and what we really do want to talk about, because it's just, as someone that drives in their car a lot for work, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I can tell you, I hear the
Same.
same regurgitated stuff over and over and over again. And that's what we didn't want to do, because we did. Me and Bill sat down and was like, hey, what does this show do? Right. And one of the things we were talking about was news. And it just very quickly became like, I don't know, man, do we really want to do news? Like, do we really want to cover,
Yeah.
you know?
There's so many people that are already like giving news, and news is, I find news to be important. There needs to be sources covering news. Doesn't need to be us. We don't need to give the same like information that like 500 other people are getting out there. There's not a lot of personality that you can throw into a news article. Yes, you can give your opinions on, oh, this is good, this is bad, but at the end of the day, people are coming in for the news, and if they're looking for the news, they've already got their news source. We
Yeah.
wanted to have something that kind of goes around like what the news is doing. Like it's still relevant, but it's more personalized, it's more honest, it's more nuanced than just giving out headlines constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'd be surprised too, like, you know, how much you can get the news from a show that is like this, that's talking about topics and be able to showcase things that we're playing or things that are going on, right? Because what's happening right now is no, if you're new to, it's not a shock, guys. This happened before, right? There was a video gaming crash, and it was because of greed and all this other kind of stuff. Like it is, this is all cyclical, but you can get that still in these types of shows. And so again, at the end of the day, man, I'm super stoked to be back.
Same.
Bill, thank you again for kind of kickstarting the conversation with us and getting this going again. And it's gonna be a
Thanks for
fun
being
ride.
so open to it.
Yeah, man. So, the future of the Beyond BS podcast is wide open. Guests, game shows, all this other kind of stuff. It's going to be a blast. So, yeah, I don't know if you have any other final statements that you kind of want to bring up, Bill, before we kind of close off. But yeah, I'll turn it back over to you.
This is going to be a really good time. This is something that I feel like is long overdue, and I think it's something that we're really going to have a lot of fun with. Not just me and Sin, but y'all as well. I think there's going to be a lot of fun to be had. I think this is going to be a long, beautiful ride, and I hope that you guys hop on for it because it's going to be great.
Absolutely. Well, for Bill and for myself, this is the point 0.5 episode of Beyond BS podcast. Again, honest conversations, no BS. Make sure to go down below, guys. Check all of our link trees. You can get, like I said, you can get everywhere. You can get where we're at on all the social platforms, all the streaming platforms. Make sure you sub up, like, do all the things, comment, tell it to your friends, shout it out from the rooftops. You can go and get Bill's channel there. You can get my channels over there. You can follow us, get all the kind of content that you need from us, and interact with us. That is the most important thing that we want, right? It's
Absolutely.
We want you all to interact with us and tell us what you want to talk about, because we want to talk about what you guys want to hear. So, yeah. So again, thank you for listening to Point 0.5. We will be back again. Like I said, this is a Wednesday podcast, and we're going to try to be here every single Wednesday. I think we landed on like that 8:30 time slot, right, Bill? I think that's what
that sounds good to me.
Yep. So 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. We're going to be live. Make sure to show up and interact and chat and have a good time, guys. We will see you at episode number 1, our very first launch show. So thank you guys. Bye.
Have a good one, guys.